Is Warframe dead? I've been wondering this for the last couple weeks. I've just really been kind of weighing on my conscience a little bit. And one of the things I've noticed, both in my own experience with the game, as well as some other YouTubers that I watch who play Warframe, who or had played Warframe pretty consistently, is this question of where is this game even going? And before y'all just like jump on the comments, for the five of you who might actually turn up to watch this video because I'm an unknown, kind of trying to like voice my opinion, let me just say that this is my opinion. I don't want people to get bent out of shape about what I'm trying to say. I don't have all the answers, and of course, we all kind of have our own unique ways of playing video games and our own reasons that we play video games. So I don't want to sit here and try to like sell you guys on what I feel about this game. I don't want this to really change how you feel about it. If you love it, that's great. Because honestly, for the most part, I'm still in that boat. I'm still playing this game and I still love it. But I will also say it has some serious lacking points. And some general places I could see it doing better. The biggest one, and this is going to be probably the most relevant for the majority of the people who will play this game. Warframe is this game where pretty much, you're going to get into it if you're probably younger, right? Let's be honest. And, you probably got a PS4 or, someone bought you a PS4 and you don't have a lot of money to put into some of the new big game titles that came out. So you're pretty much like stuck to free to play. We've all been there, and this game pops up and it's free to play and like has wonderful reviews and is dropping out new content, making all these huge open world player maps, getting a whole bunch of recognition for the things that it's doing, getting compared to other games that cost 60 and up dollars, but still somehow blowing them out of the water. So you think like, where could you go wrong with this game? Mainly, as to where I see it, right, is that this game has so much potential, right? It's built a loyal fan base. It's built like so many memorable just landscapes. Like there's very little this game hasn't done for free to play. I mean, in terms of free to play, it's blown it out of the water. Like we can all easily say that. But getting into this game, you don't realize, because no one really says it until you're here. It's like the unknown kind of like haha moment, like we got you bitch fucking moment where you realize how much grinding goes into this game. So as a new player, you have a very short window in between getting this game, downloading it, and then going, shit, I gotta grind this again. Oh, this too. Oh, I gotta keep grinding all this crap. And to some players, that's not a problem, right? To a lot of us, I think that one of the appeals to this game is that it doesn't make you feel like you're shit at the game if you don't put money into it. It's one of those types of free-to-play games where they do tell you almost anything is possible, but you're going to have to farm and farm and farm and farm again. So in that respect, it's good, but to free-to-play players with the attention spans of rodents, literally, you put them in front of a game like this, they're going to play it, might squad up with their friends a couple times, but to keep a loyal base of newcomers to keep playing the game is going to be difficult, because as you jump into it, there's so much stuff that comes in later into the game, and the game does really nothing to kind of speed you there. Of course, there's the quests and the missions, but that's not really what I'm talking about. In terms of some games, they tease you with the late game stuff, but it's like, it's right around the corner, or it's just like it is late game, but they keep adjusting it until it's shit. This game kind of takes a little bit of an opposite approach. To a new player, you start seeing people with all these like crazy cosmetics, different skin palettes, and things like weapons that just like have these crazy effects, or like case in point, you'll just see someone who just like runs out in the middle field, one-shots everything that's around you, and as a new player, you're probably not high rank, and you're just like, whoa, that's cool. How long did it take him to get to that level? And you're like, oh, well, he had to do this to get his character up to the max rank, and then get the appropriate mods, which he had to farm for, and then get certain weapons he had to farm for. So it's like, oh, and let's not talk about, Warframe specific mods that you need to get. To a new player, that's going to scare them off. So right off the bat, I feel like the game could be definitely a little bit nicer to new players. On the other hand, to veteran players, people who are either like ultra casual, that's pretty much the category I put myself into, ultra casual, or real hardcore veteran players. What is there else to do after you get into the grind of farming and getting better equipment and running longer raids and doing all like the late game stuff? Like, what is there left to do? That's my biggest complaint. I still have a whole bunch to do. I still got a bunch of I actually got it that time. Sorry, miniature wins. Once you get to a certain point of the game, everything just kind of becomes its own flow. And I don't really knock it for that, but because so much of the game is grinding, so much of everything you put into this is, grinding the same missions or the same enemies and hopefully get that low drop chance, that I just really want to know, what is that all building to? And I think that's what, from my experience, what's going to be the biggest weight on the newest add-on to the game, which is going to be the Empyrean update. Now, whenever we do get that, because I know they've been dropping stuff more and more, DE has been very good about keeping us in the loop, as into where it is in development and what it's trying to do, and any problems that it might be running into at the time. Because we just got the Saint of Ultra, add-on update, which gave us Gauss, who I might do a video on him next. I don't know. If you guys are really interested, I can go into my feelings on him, but I didn't see myself there yet. But, we just got this update. We just got another Prime. We got Atlas Prime. And it's just like, cool, but just another character to run the same missions with. And I feel like that's my complaint, kind of being more of a veteran player, is that, like, yeah, what to do next? Where does it go after this? And then, as a veteran player, trying to get your friends to play this game, coming in, brand spanking new, shiny Excaliburs or Volts, just coming out with their MK Paris and their fucking little Skanas or the bow, and you're just like, oh, well, how do I not seem like a god among them with all my grind and hours in this game and all my equipment when they're walking around with that, and then trying to explain to them all about the mods and like setting up weapons and characters and like character specific weapons. Like, even me talking about it, I realize how technical it sounds. I don't hate that, but it's just like, that gap between our veteran players and our new players, because after a while, the newcomers who do stick with the game become veterans, and then they just keep progressing like that. That's how I got into it, and that's why I'm still here. But then if you are a newcomer who's a little bit on the fence about continuing this game, you're pretty quick to put it down if you're like, oh, well, either I have to drop a bunch of money to get all the stuff I want, or I have to grind for a million hours. And if you have other games already on your list, like, you're going to be quick to put something like this down. I don't want to come across as like me nitpicking with DE, and definitely not like, I love Warframe. This game to me is probably the second most relaxing game I've ever played. The first being Minecraft. Just creative mode building in Minecraft is still like my most zen spot. But Warframe quickly became my number 2, just because like I knew how important it was to just run missions and get resources and just keep going that way. So it's like, I understand both realms, and I understand like the love that I have for this game, but at the same time, it's kind of like a tired love. I want to be able to put forth energy towards something in this game, more than just cosmetics. Right? Nightwave came out, it was pretty interesting, but at the same time, its major flaw was it was mostly cosmetic. This bout of Nightwave that came around, Emissary, I actually did relatively well. The first time, I didn't really put too much effort into it. I didn't think I was a good enough player to get all the way down to 30. This time I got to level 26, so I was able to get Arcane Grace. First arcane in the game that I've ever received, and like that was a whole new thing. I was actually pretty excited about that. I was like, oh, now I get to learn arcanes, and I sat down, and I was like, once again presented with this like, the excitement of getting it and being like, oh, my very first one, finally I made it this far, only to be immediately replaced with the fucking grind again, because I didn't even realize you need to get more and more and more of these things to get it up to the higher ranks. So I was just like sitting there just like pretty dumbfounded, just like, oh god, this is just like another grind to add on to the million other grinds this game has. But I'll tell you, I'll tell you what keeps me coming back to this game. And if I'm going to be honest, it's something very simple, and I think they do it really, really well. Is to give players something for everyone, right? I don't care if you're someone who just likes to run really easy missions with high tier, high ranked equipment and warframes just to see how easily you can smash someone in, like, high crit, smash their face in. I do that too. I don't care if you just like to try to see how long you can sit in survival, like, back in the old Call of Duty days where you just play zombies to see how far you could get it. I do that shit too. I don't care if you're someone who like really like stealth, aspects and like hiding and avoiding alarms. They got something for you. That stuff, like, there's a little bit of everything for someone in this game. They started bringing open world in, so people who like to like spend longer times in a map instead of just quick little missions, they gave them something to do, right? And with those things, there's still progression. There's still grinds in them. So it's not like, oh, it's here, now it's gone. It's like, oh, there's some stuff to do here. There's some progression that can be made. So I like the fact that they give us things that we can definitely enjoy. If you're someone who likes customization, this game ends up being for you. Because you can really go freaking deep. Like, I'm not even going to sit here and lie. You can go freaking deep. If you want to try to understand which mods, which combination of mods, which, will make something even stronger, even better, faster, if that's what you like to do, this game is going to give you a lot of shit to do in order to, like, find the most efficient, most powerful builds for a certain weapon. And there's tons and tons of different types of weapons for you to choose from. So I am, in a sense, trying to sell you this game right now because it really is a chill, fun game. And in a current time where there's a lot of games that get hyped up and you will spend good money on just to be disappointed, it's something refreshing to hear when a game actually is decent and fun and you don't have to pay for it. Now, I said I was ultra casual because I do at times spend money in the game. Similar to how I was when I used to play Dokkan. I wouldn't call myself a whale. I'd call myself more like a dolphin. I spend money from here, time to time. Might get a 20 or a 50 platinum pack or something like that every now and again. And then, might get some cosmetic stuff, might get some weapons that I want, might get a Warframe that I really, really want. But, generally, I just play the game because I enjoy playing it. I get weapons that I enjoy because I like how they move or I like how they look. So I enjoy the cosmetic. I find things about this game that refresh me and bring me back into it. Overall, I take it as the game that I want it to be. And I'm trying to make that point of, for the people out there who are looking for a new game to really get immersed themselves in, Warframe could be that game. If you're a veteran player of Warframe that has been kind of getting tired, I would just say, take a step back, take a breather, go back to some of the things that what made you love the game, right? We all had that thing that brought us into the game that made us really enjoy. And it's like, everything doesn't have to be for late game. It can always just be because you like to run certain missions or you like to try to do certain, little things. It's the little things that are going to matter at the end and going to be the most fun to you. As much as I get trying to do that run and that grind, I also feel like, hey, remember it's a game and try to have fun. But I don't know, guys. You let me know what you think in the comments down below. I've been wasting way too much of your time, so I don't want to keep doing that. So I'm gonna cut it off here. Just so you know, guys, Warframe is totally free to play. So if you want to go check it out, go check it out. It's up on PC. It's up on console now. Well, it's been on console for a minute, but I was gonna say like all the consoles, but I was like, it's actually pretty much on all major consoles. It's on Xbox One, PS4, and the Switch now too. So you guys can go pick it up and try it on all those consoles. If you do run into some of these problems, of course, just like I said, take a step back and just breathe and remember, find something you like about the game. Anyways, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Oh, side note, if you do want me to make some character like breakdown or like my feeling about character videos, let me know in the comment section below, because I'm willing to do that kind of thing. I've been thinking about doing it for a while, and I actually did one early on to Rhino, and I was kind of thinking about doing another one. But yeah, just let me know. Alright guys, peace.